In 2013, the world witnessed the arrival of an anime that would change everything. Its name? Attack on Titan. From the very first episode, where a towering creature tears through a massive wall like it's made of paper, audiences were left stunned, breathless, and hungry for more. But what exactly made Attack on Titan explode across the globe like few anime ever had? And why, even years after its debut, does its impact continue to ripple through the anime industry, pop culture, and even philosophical debates? To understand its impact, we have to begin with the feeling it left behind. Most animes start slow. They ease you into their world, their rules, their tone. But Attack on Titan doesn't wait. Within minutes, it pulls you into a nightmare. One where humanity is not on top of the food chain. The sense of vulnerability, of helplessness, hits like a punch to the chest. And just like that, you're hooked. That emotional violence, that feeling of watching something sacred be shattered, became a signature of the show. Nobody was safe. No moment was predictable. Characters you loved could vanish in an instant. And in that chaos, the audience found something strangely beautiful. It wasn't just about the blood, the screams, or the monsters. It was about survival, about freedom, about what people become when everything is taken away. The world of Attack on Titan was also unlike anything anime had done before. A medieval futuristic blend, with gas-powered grappling hooks, ancient stone cities, and giant humanoid monsters. It sounded absurd on paper, but somehow, it worked. Perfectly. The setting felt both alien and familiar, grim and breathtaking. It wasn't just another fantasy world. It was alive, tangible, and terrifyingly believable. But let's not forget the visuals. Wit Studio, and later MAPPA, poured extraordinary effort into the animation. The vertical maneuvering gear, which let soldiers fly through the city like steampunk Spider-Men, was unlike anything anime fans had seen. The speed, the fluidity, the choreography. It turned every battle into a ballet of death. And with every episode, fans weren't just watching. They were holding their breath. Still, visuals alone don't spark revolutions. What made Attack on Titan resonate so deeply was its complexity. What began as a simple story of humanity versus monsters quickly twisted into something far darker. Who are the real monsters? What does freedom truly cost? What happens when your enemy is just like you? The plot's evolution stunned viewers. What started as a survival horror transformed into a political thriller, then a war drama, and finally into a philosophical tragedy. Every season redefined the narrative, challenging fans' loyalty, morality, and expectations. One day, Eren Yeager was a symbol of resistance. The next, he was something else entirely. A character whose journey felt like a mirror of humanity's darkest instincts. This moral ambiguity was rare, even in anime. There were no true heroes, no absolute villains, just broken people trying to survive a world built on lies, hate, and history. For fans used to the black and white simplicity of good versus evil, Attack on Titan felt like a punch to the soul. And yet, they couldn't look away. Then there's the music. Hiroyuki Sawano's score didn't just support the story. It elevated it to mythic proportions. From the thunderous choirs of Vogelum Kfig to the iconic Guren no Yumiya, every track became a heartbeat of the show. You could hear those songs and feel the weight of the walls, the cries of soldiers, the rage of titans. The soundtrack alone became a cultural icon, played in gyms, concerts, and orchestras around the world. Social media exploded with every twist and revelation. Theories spread like wildfire. Who is the Beast Titan? What's in the basement? Is Eren the hero or the villain? Week after week, fans came together to scream, cry, debate, and celebrate. Attack on Titan wasn't just a show. It was an event, a shared ritual. It also transcended anime fandom. People who had never watched anime before tuned in. Western critics took notice. Universities discussed it in philosophy and political science classes. Why? Because at its core, Attack on Titan isn't just about giants eating people. It's about trauma, propaganda, power, nationalism, racism. It's a story about cycles of violence, revenge, and ideology. A story that forces viewers to confront their own beliefs about justice, loyalty, and sacrifice. And the characters. Oh, the characters. From Mikasa's quiet, unwavering strength to Armin's trembling intellect. From Levi's cold brilliance to Erwin's haunting idealism. Every major figure in the show carries scars. Physical, emotional, ideological. No one escapes unscathed. Their arcs aren't just tragic. They're painfully human. You may not always agree with them, but you understand them. You feel their loss, their rage, their hope. Then there's the global influence. Cosplayers brought the Survey Corps uniforms to life at conventions everywhere. Fan art, memes, and fan fiction flooded the internet. Merchandise sales skyrocketed. Attack on Titan became one of the top-selling manga of all time, and its anime adaptations drew record-breaking viewership. In Japan, statues of Eren, Mikasa, and Armin were erected in the hometown of Hajime Isayama. Around the world, Attack on Titan was no longer just a franchise, it was a phenomenon. But perhaps its greatest impact lies in what it did to the anime industry. Before Attack on Titan, few shows had broken into the mainstream with such force. After it, studios began taking bigger risks. Darker themes, morally gray heroes, complex world-building. Suddenly anime wasn't just for niche fans, it was for everyone. Attack on Titan kicked down the doors and said, anime can be serious, it can be art, and it can change how you see the world. And even now, long after the final chapter has aired, its legacy continues. Fans still debate the ending, still reflect on what Eren's choices meant, still wonder if peace was ever possible in a world like that. Because that's what great stories do. They linger, they echo, they refuse to be forgotten. So what happens when a piece of fiction dares to break every rule, to challenge its own audience, to evolve beyond its own genre? You get something like Attack on Titan, not just an anime, not just a story, but a cultural earthquake, one that shook the foundations of what animation can be. And if you've ever stood at the edge of Wall Maria, staring into the unknown, you know this truth. The world of Attack on Titan is brutal, beautiful, and unforgettable. Once you enter, part of you never leaves.